I was in the hospital for a couple weeks, and I had to tell my mom. My mom was coming down to visit, because I was in the hospital, and I hadn't told her anything. So I told the nurses and the doctor that my mom didn't know, and if they could keep my little secret, and they said that they would. And my mom came down, visited, and everything was fine. I got discharged. And then the next morning, I decided that it was time for me to tell my mom. 8 years into the disease, it's time to tell her. So I called my mom into my bedroom, and she crawled up on my bed, and I told her that I needed to talk to her. And I looked at her, and my eyes just started filling up with water, and she asked me what was wrong. And then I told her that I was diagnosed with HIV. And then my mom started crying, and I started crying. It was just the worst moment at that time. And she looked at me, and she asked me where she went wrong. And that broke my heart, because my mom didn't go wrong anywhere. It was me that made the choices and did the things that I was doing that I shouldn't have been doing. After telling her, it broke down the walls. My mom, she's amazing. It's great to have my mom and my sister support me so much, and because I have friends that haven't told their parents to this day, and I just can't fathom living that life, because I know for those 8 years how heavy it was on my shoulders.
My mother, she was going to pray a lot. She was going to pray a lot so I could get better. And I got better, but I'm not cured. I still have it. My dad is being very understanding. He's extremely understanding, and he wants to make sure that I take my pills. And my brothers also. I love my family, and I know they love me. And I'm a part of the family. I'm just Ivan.
It was about 2 months later that we had gone into a restaurant and just sat down with our food to eat, and he looked up at me and asked me how the HIV test went. Well, all I could do was cry. I just started crying right away, and he took it pretty well. He gathered up our food and put one of his arms around me, and we walked outside, and he told me that everything would be okay. And he took it pretty good, better than I thought he would. Although he does, I know he's very concerned about my health, but he's not afraid of it, and neither is my sister.
Telling my parents was probably the hardest thing. And so I drove up to their house, and they're in their room on their rockers watching TV. And so I walked in the room, and I sat on the edge of their bed, across from them where they were on their rockers. And then my mom perked up because she could sense that there was something very, very wrong. And I told them that I was HIV positive. And my mom immediately broke down crying. We all were in tears and sobbing and stuff, and I know that they didn't really understand what I just told them, but they knew and heard it on the news, and they knew it wasn't a good thing. They came to me, and we stood up, and my mom hugged me, and my dad wrapped his arms around both of us, and they said that it's okay, we'll get through this, we're here for you, and so forth.